But I'm proud of people. I'm not like, oh, no, I'm proud of who I am. Yeah, peace. And for those two guys, I speak Japanese. I don't know why this rumor started, but I speak Japanese. I'm fluent in Japanese. If you look up the word Japanese in the dictionary, there I am. Okay, I'm sorry. I posted that on Bashir Jake. I'm sorry about that. Bashir Jake was my advisor in high school. We played basketball together. I know you can look at me, you know. For real. I'm so serious right now. I did play so, and me, I was there with the child. I was in high school. But man, the day that she was born, my child came to my life. August 4, 2011. So next month she'll be 2 years old. Yeah. It's a task. For you guys have children, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But man, the morning she was born, my wife going through the complications. You know, women, power to you guys, because she was in pain like the whole night into the morning. And I was doing everything I can, praying, massaging, whatever. And she was slept on one side. And my wife is just petite, she's a small woman. And man, she was like one side for the rest. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. So the morning came, and then I asked the nurse, and she said, oh, she's not ready. You can go home and shower, because I shower every day, and I haven't showered yet. So I went, and I got in my car. But when I got into my car, I found my ID card, so I came back up. And I got my ID card, and the nurse said, why don't you just give us your phone number, your cell phone, just in case something happens? Oh, no problem. Phone number. So I went down. I got in my car. As soon as I left the parking lot, they called. And they said, is this Lawrence? Yeah. Like, you need to come back. And man, my heart is... Because we've lost two before. My wife had two miscarriages. And it was like the whole, it was so crazy. And so when the nurses called and said you have to come back, that popped into my mind. I was like, man, not again. So I ran up the stairs. This is the first time in my life I ran in 5 years. I ran up the stairs. And since I got to the place where they kept the mothers, she was gone already. They took her into the operation room. And it was 8:05 when I got there. At 8:08, I can hear this girl crying. I dropped to my knees and I started crying. I was crying in the hallway. The nurse like, are you okay? She's like, I'm okay. And then the bassinet came with the baby in the hallway, and she was crying, and then they were like, sir, that's your baby. Yeah. So I got up. I tried to be all manly. I was crying my eyes. And I went to the nursery, and she was crying, and then the nurse, I remember the nurse came and told me, she has all her fingers and toes. And I was like, why is that not, that's that important? I guess to them it's an important thing, because, yeah, you have to do that. And then I was like, yeah, this is it. You know, I'm a father now. I'm a father. So I ran over and had the girl, the baby, my baby right there. not my baby there. And then they have her in the warmer thing. And then, you know, in the movies, right, when the baby first come out, when you see it like, oh, angel. I saw my baby, I was like, what? Here's why, guys. Here's why. See, I guess, and I don't want to get too technical on this, but as the baby is passing, she has to go through some stuff. And the baby's skull, at that point, it's not really hardened yet, so it evolves and... Okay, you guys are, it's not roasted here. And so it has to like do the thing. So when the baby came out, the hair was like alien thing. But watch this, you guys, watch this. Man, she was crying and she was covered up and everything else. But one look, I fell in love with her. In her dirty state, I fell in love with this girl. And I think of how God sees us each day. I think of the things that we do and we say. I think of how dirty we are in the face of our Lord. And yet somehow He still loves us. Love is not that we loved Him. Love is that because He loved us first. My child, as she's growing up, one of her favorite things is to eat my cell phone. I used to have a cheap one, so I allow her, go ahead. Just chew on it, just don't be swallowing, just chew on it a little bit. But now I have an iPhone 5. So I don't allow her, that's expensive. That's Daddy's expensive phone. Don't be chewing on that. But there's nothing in the legal books that says you can't eat cell phone. There's nothing. In fact, if you want to eat a cell phone, go ahead. Nobody's going to come and arrest you. But as a father, I know that it is wrong for her to eat a cell phone. The Bible tells us that even though it's permissible, it is not right. If you're 21, you can go to any stores out here and buy alcohol. You can go to your house and you can start drinking, and nobody's going to come arrest you. Because in this world, it is permissible. It is allowed. But our Father knows that it's not right for you to do it. So He said, within those that are coming into the kingdom, drunkenness is one of those sins that is not allowed. So why do we do it? When I was in Guam, one of the things that's killing our people is alcohol. Every party that Japanese people go to, they drink. There is no fun unless alcohol is involved. And then you go through the whole situation. You get pregnant, and then you get married, and then you get drunk again. That's not the way of the Lord. The Lord says you get married, and then you get pregnant. But alcohol has become a god to us. For you young people, you're using it in a way to have fun, to relax. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Because Christ is our rest. If we take that path to follow the Lord, He is our rest. Not Sabbath, not no land. Christ Himself is our rest. So why are you walking on the path when you know that it's wrong? Why are you choosing to do things when you know it's wrong? The Word allows it. If you walk on that path, the Word allows it. But the Lord our God said, you follow me. And when you follow me, there are certain things that you can't do. People say that you are our future. That this generation is our future. You are our future. If you don't know that, you are our future. The reason why we come and ask you guys to come in and play basketball is in your fellowship, you're supposed to learn and to know each other. That's why Gary emphasized, stop when you come to church sitting in one group as the Oregon or Arizona. You guys mix it up. And when we ask people to come forth, the reason why, because I know people don't, why do you have the altar calls? The reason why you guys come up is so the people sitting down, like Pastor Jay answered last night, you guys are supposed to keep these people accountable. When somebody comes and gives their life to the Lord, if you're sitting down and you see them the next day doing something they're not supposed to be doing, you're supposed to, like, you know what, you just did this. You just gave your life to the Lord. You need to stop doing that. And the Bible tells us that iron sharpens iron. In Guam, they're still using woods to cook. If you go to somebody's house and sit down and you're about to have a meal, they'll put some firewoods together and start a fire. If you were to take one of those logs out of that fire and put it by itself, it dies really fast. It dies really fast. The reason why you guys come here and do these games is when you guys go back, wherever you're at, know that we are praying for you. And the rest of you guys have to encourage each other each day. You guys stop having these thoughts of, you know, if he has a good job and he fails, then I might get that job. Stop doing that. Stop hurting each other. We saw so many fights in Guam. And I don't want to put any race down or any island, but the Chuukese community fights pretty much every weekend. And not just fights with hands, you guys. We're fighting now with knives to the point that we're killing each other. And people are looking at us and saying and talking down to us. And we say, oh, we're not that. But in what we do, we're actually proving that they're right. We're actually proving that we are second-class citizens. in the things that we do. When I came to know God, the verse that helped me to know who I am in the Lord, in Hebrews chapter 12, verse number 2. And he says that I look to the Lord because he is the perfecter, he's the author and the perfecter of his faith. But the joy set before him, he endured the cross and the shame, and he's sitting at the right hand of the Father. When I came to know that verse, there's one word in there that I try to figure out, like, why is this Lord missing joy? Because the joy that he wants, he had to go through all these things for. What is that joy? It's me. I'm the joy that he had to die for. I'm the salvation that he was willing to die for. It's you. So why do you talk and look at each other the way that you do? Why are we treating each other in that sense? In the very eyes of God, we are the pinnacle, the masterpiece of his workmanship. I ask that you guys, whenever you pray for our families back home. And when you get the chance, please take it and go minister to our people. Take the path that says, follow me. The Bible tells us that there's a bigger path. There's more that's going to go to hell. The road that leads to paradise is smaller and it's full of struggles. For now. Man, the church that I'm with now in North Carolina, I told them my heart is with Micronesians. And I told them I was coming here because this functions had going on at the same time to spend time with family. Because this is it. This is my heart. My heart is Micronesian. And I always say this because I'm very proud of the fact that before GPS was even invented, the Japanese, our islanders, man, they were out there navigating the ocean. Made it to Palau, steal their stone. Came back. Now it's our money. Just using the stars. Pastor Jake, those people are way dead, don't we? But that's who we are, man. That's Micronesians. We healed our own. And I mentioned to you guys last night, third world countries, there's a lot of homeless kids. Micronesia, there's no orphanages because we take care of our own. Families in the Western world is 3 to 5. Families in Micronesia is 10 to 30 in one house. That's us. That's us. That's us. And when we take the time to realize who we are, and we take the time to see that with Christ and with the empowerment of Him, my brother said it on Friday, all things are possible. Don't ever limit yourself. Don't ever limit yourself because you Micronesian. My daughter is going to be the governor of Guam one day. Obama is the president of the United States. Why not my daughter being the governor of Guam? She's tomorrow. You guys are born here. You have your U.S. citizens. Why not be U.S. president? Why limit yourself? Why limit yourself? Don't ever let people tell you who you are. God Himself, man, you put you together. Yeah. And you put Lawrence together. And he holds me in the very palm of His hand. And He goes and shows his Michael favorite. And He said, hey, look who I have. I have Lawrence. Yeah, he's cool. Because, the Bible tells us that out of the 100, when one takes off and Christ puts the 99 over. He goes to Lawrence. Man, that Lawrence guy, can never trust him. And he comes after running. I'm walking. And he picks me up and he puts me on his shoulder. And he comes back, because I know you guys have dogs, and in Guam they have a lot of dogs. And I get to see somebody